Cults. You'd think only the gullible, the lonely, or the completely unhinged would sign up for one. But history keeps proving that even your straight-A, tax-filing neighbor could end up chanting in matching robes, waiting for a spaceship. Why? Let's dig into why smart people keep joining dumb groups. Back in the good old days, there were cults around gods, sacrifices, and divine leaders whose hair always looked great, even after being crucified. Fast forward to modern times, and we've got some real doozies. In Guyana, there was Jonestown, where Kool-Aid took on a whole new meaning. Heaven's Gate had folks ditching their earthly vessels, sporting matching sneakers, because apparently that's the ticket to an alien ride off into the sunset. And then next IVM, where self-help met creepy. It's a wonder any of us ever leave these groups, given how much effort goes into recruiting. Apparently all you need is charisma, a microphone, and a bad haircut. You'd think the smart ones would see right through the facade, but nope, here they are, falling in line. So what gives? Let's break down why smart people join dumb groups. Hold on. Right. Welcome to Think Again, where we dig into the strange, dark, and downright fascinating corners of psychology. Because, let's be honest, human behavior is always weirder than fiction. Obedience to authority. Have you heard of Milgram's experiments? Basically, people were asked to deliver electric shocks to strangers in another room. And when the person receiving the shock started screaming in pain, well, the study continued until the so-called learner had supposedly suffered a heart attack. And guess what? Even though it was fake, people kept delivering those shocks because some guy in a white lab coat told them to do it. Yeah, authority can be a powerful motivator. And in a cult setting, the leader is at the top of the food chain. They've got all the answers, or so they say. For many people, that perceived knowledge and power are enough to get them to buy in, even if it means going against their own common sense. Have you ever been in a meeting where everyone just kept nodding their heads, even though deep down you knew it was a dumb idea? Ah, yes, groupthink. When everyone seems to be on the same page, it can be hard to raise an objection, especially if that idea involves moving into a commune and wearing matching outfits. Your brain basically shuts down, because hey, everyone else seems to think it's great. So why not go along with it? It's easier than trying to be the voice of reason, which might just get you kicked out of the group and left out of whatever wacky plan they've concocted. Fear plus belonging. Let's face it, life can be scary. One minute you're trying to figure out what's in the pantry, the next you're knee-deep in paperwork. Cults offer a solution to this chaos by providing a sense of safety, structure, and yes, even family. Imagine being welcomed with open arms into a tight-knit community where everyone shares the same beliefs and goals. It's like walking into a warm bath after a long, cold day. And let's not forget about that belonging part. We humans are social creatures. We crave acceptance and connection. Cults play on this by offering a place where you always have someone to turn to, someone who understands you. It's like having a built-in support system, except instead of swapping recipes, you're swapping questionable health elixirs and dubious prophecies. Add a charismatic leader, some soothing robes, and suddenly leaving the group doesn't seem like such a great idea. It's like a Costco membership for your soul once you're in. It's hard to cancel. Here's a quick quiz. Are you in a cult? Just kidding, there's no quiz. You probably are. Charismatic leader who suddenly owns a fleet of cars. Okay, let's rewind a bit. Do you remember that time you were hanging out with your friends, sipping on some questionable punch, and suddenly the charismatic guy in the corner starts talking about building a spaceship to escape Earth? And the next thing you know, he's got a private jet and 5 brand new Lamborghinis. Where did that money come from? Well, it's probably not from his day job slinging maple syrup. It's more likely that it's from the generous donations of his followers who trust him implicitly. Because let's face it, if someone can convince you that a spaceship is within reach, they can also convince you to part with your life savings. Isolation from family and friends. Picture this. You finally found the one group that makes total sense to you. Their beliefs align with your deepest desires. Their rituals give you a sense of calm. But then there's your family and friends. They don't quite understand your newfound enthusiasm, and they start voicing their concerns. What do? If you're in a cult, the answer is simple. Cut them off. Cults thrive on isolation. By distancing you from your loved ones, they create a bubble where their influence is absolute. It's like living in a snow globe. You're trapped inside with only the cult members for company, and the outside world, with its naysayers and skeptics, can just buzz off. Special language or jargon. Have you ever stumbled upon a conversation where you couldn't understand half of what was being said? Suddenly, you find yourself nodding along, even though you have no clue what they're talking about. Yep, that's called jargon, and cults use it to create a sense of exclusivity and belonging at the same time. Imagine being part of a group whose every word has a secret meaning. It's like having a secret language, except instead of speaking French, you're speaking gibberish. This specialized vocabulary becomes a way to identify the initiated, to separate the insiders from the outsiders. And it works. After all, if you can't understand what they're saying, you can't challenge their ideas. You're too busy trying to decipher the meaning of milk carton or blue umbrella. Financial exploitation. Let's talk about money, the root of all evil and the main ingredient in many a cult leader's recipe for success. Imagine shelling out thousands of dollars for a weekend seminar promising to change your life. You go, you listen intently, you take notes. But when you go back home, your life doesn't magically transform. So you go back, hoping for a refund. And that's when the cult leader leans in and whispers, "We don't do refunds." Welcome to the exclusive club where your wallet is lighter and your dreams are on hold. In some cults, financial exploitation is subtle. In others, it's blatant. But one thing's for sure, cult leaders know that money talks and it sings a sweet song of power. So the psychology of cults isn't about stupidity, it's about fear, belonging, and the human craving for meaning. That's why smart people join dumb groups, because a dumb group is better than no group at all. Next time you find yourself laughing at a cult documentary, remember that. And also remember that the line between loyal follower and Netflix cautionary tale is usually just one bad day and a free seminar away. Now, it's important to note that not all groups with these characteristics are necessarily cults. Many groups can exhibit some of these traits without being considered a cult. It's also crucial to avoid labeling or stigmatizing individuals who may be involved in these groups as stupid or gullible. Instead, it's more constructive and accurate to analyze the tactics employed by these groups and understand how they exploit human psychology and vulnerabilities. With that said, let's address the elephant in the room. Yes, this video itself can be seen as a form of entertainment that capitalizes on the misfortunes of others. We recognize that there is a fine line between educating the public and sensationalizing tragic events. Our intention is not to mock or belittle the victims of these cults, but rather to shed light on the psychological factors that contribute to cult membership and raise awareness about the tactics used by these groups. Ultimately, our goal is to create a dialogue and encourage critical thinking so that individuals are better equipped to protect themselves and make informed decisions when it comes to joining any group or community. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. And if you have a suggestion for a future video, leave it in the comments below and stay tuned for more.